2-Minute Tuesday. We're back. Betaine HCL is the product we're looking at today, so before we get going, let's put 2 minutes on the clock. Now, Betaine HCL. HCL stands for hydrochloride. What makes this different from a lot of the other betaines on the market? Well, this is the raw version. It's the most highest grade betaine you can buy. It is again used in the aquaculture industry because of its stimulation properties. What is betaine? It's produced naturally in very minute quantities in plants, yeast, fungi, flesh of fish, crustaceans, and mollusks. It is closely related to the amino acid glycine, and it has a huge ability to stimulate carp into feeding. It is a natural product, but one thing I will say about betaine is you need to be careful not to overdo it, because it's not that it will repel carp, but I think at some point it just doesn't work at high levels. Take GLM, for example, green lipid mussel extract. Green lipid mussel, if you increase the rates and put more in, it makes the bait significantly better. That's not the case with betaine. In fact, as Bill would say, all you're going to do is throw good money after bad by overdosing with betaine. Why do we put these things in baits? Why do we use them at all? Again, it's back to the whole amino acid compound thing. It stimulates fish into aggressively feeding. And why not just stick to then, say, one that we know works? Well, on any given day, carp are more stimulated by certain things than others. It can be down to the pH of the water, it can be down to the temperature of the water, it can be down to the oxygen levels of the water. Certain fluctuations are happening all the time in the water column, and having a little bit of everything, I think, for me, it's a safety net. So how do you use betaine? Well, 2 to 4 grams in a 500 gram mix is about what's recommended. I would err more on the 2 grams rather than the 4 grams. That's just me. But again, I would really stipulate, do not overdose on this. If you want to amplify your hook bait, and it's something I've been doing since the mid-80s, is to take your hook bait and dip it in a viscous liquid like corn steep liquor. Corn steep liquor is one of those great products because it's amino acid based again, but it has tackiness to it. And that tackiness adheres to the boilie. Then what I would do is I would dip the boilie neat into a pot of betaine just before casting out. Now, again, I've been saying do not overload the bait, and you could be thinking, but that's just overloaded the hook bait. But what happens is as it hits the water column, a lot of it's, especially if you're casting out, a lot of it's actually dispersing straight into the water, and it's dissolving immediately, and it's wafting in the currents and attracting, it's amplifying your hook bait. Now, does it work? It's not worked for me. I've caught an awful lot of fish doing this method, and it's a confidence thing for me. I know if I put it out, I feel confident that I've amplified my hook bait and it's gonna maybe attract carp quicker in to taking or getting a pickup. Even if they're not hungry, it can spark an inquisitive pickup. Here's another thing, just so you're aware. Any of our bait soak sprays, any of our boosters, all contain dissolved betaine in them. If you're making up a stick mix, I always put a small pinch of betaine into the stick mix. So that's it, another 2-Minute Tuesday in the bag. Please like, please share these videos. That's how we can keep going, is because if we're sharing the love, it's all good. Finito, done. And yeah, see you on another Tuesday.